thank you very much. I'm Madame Askew, and this delightful gentleman next to me on the stage is my wonderful partner, the Grand Arbiter. We are so honoured to be here tonight with all of you fighting back against the darkness that waits beyond these hallowed halls where TeslaCon shines as a beacon throughout Steampunklandia.
It's true, Bobbins has created a stalwart sanctuary and fortress against the raging darknesses outside to preserve a beautiful, radiant, rainbow-colored light within us all.
As part of that rainbow, being here at TeslaCon is not only a privilege, an honor, but also it brings such joy and it fills up that reservoir within me and the Grand Arbiter that continues our struggles forward beyond these halls.
We see the rigor within you, within ourselves, and we're so delighted that you could be here for its triumphant return, and the triumphant return of the King himself, Lord Bobbins, to talk more about the history of TeslaCon and its illustrious contributions to the steampunk community. We would like to invite Viscount Bob to the stage, please.
Please join us, dear Viscount. A round of applause.
Thank you so much.
For our dear Bob.
And thank you so much for having us, TeslaCon. We're just delighted to be here.
Thank you. Good evening. Are you all having a wonderful time? Oh, fabulous. How many of you have been here at TeslaCon for all of the conventions starting in 2001? Oh, so you have journeyed with Lord Bobbins all this way. Well, I joined the 4th year, so I have been able to start with Journey to the Center of the Earth and go forward, but some of you have been 20,000 leagues under the sea, you've been to the moon, we have been to the Wild West. We are now staving off the Martian invasion. But the most important thing that we have had happen is our Lord and our King has brought to us imagination, fun, excitement, new adventures. He has challenged us to think outside the box and to take our steampunk ways to levels they've never been seen before. I've been blessed to be able to have him as a friend for many years. And as a grand gentleman and a brilliant artist and a damn good friend, I've been very blessed, as all of us have, because he has created not only a place for us to come and a place for us to celebrate our passions, but for a place for all of us to celebrate family. So, with no further ado, I want to remind you all that Lord Hastings Robert Bobbins, also our King, but most importantly our great friend, Eric John Larson, is who we are here tonight to say huzzah to. So let's hear it for Eric John Larson. Huzzah!
This is from 2013. David Mueller wrote this. When gathered hearts can weave a single world from a thread of time that stretches across life's loom, where science, fact, and fun are gently swirled and the magic manifests in every room, Their laughter grows as sibling to our smiles, amidst machines that never came to light, with fashions blended out of many styles that frame an altered past with our delight. Such is the vortex which has drawn us here, to celebrate a world we never saw, where social calls for normal disappear, and we can be ourselves with every flaw. How can the value of these days be weighed? They'll lift us free from life's harsh masquerade. That was given to me 8 years ago. And every year, I get something new from somebody. Somebody sends me something, somebody writes me a letter, and we never quite know what to think, what I'm going to say, because every year is different. God only knows this year's been different. If you could bottle pickle juice and add carbonation, this would be it. But, you know, when I announced that we couldn't do 2020, it hurt. It hurt a lot. And Catherine and Stephen know, because I think we called that weekend. And they said, how do you feel? And I said, empty. For the first time, it felt awkward. I should be here. We all should be here. We should be doing something. And there wasn't. There was nothing. And then the miracle happened in January. We got a shot. Was it going to be quick enough? Who knew? But now we're on our third, so what the heck? I'm still getting over the flu shot in my arm, let me tell you, it hurts. I've tried every mask. I have tried every zinc tablet. I've done pretty much everything I can except board up the walls to the house, stayed inside, stayed healthy, stayed safe, and worked on this. That still wasn't enough. Along May to June, I think a lot of us felt the same way. Is this ever going to fricking end? It was long. The summer was long. The spring was longer. And then we entered into early fall. And we weren't sure what was going to happen. But we're here. We're here. And we're together again. And we can have some semblance of normalcy. Forget that you all look like you're about to invade Wells Fargo. Say, what matter? What matters is we're here together. Yes, the schedule was hell. Where's Tara? Where's Tara Voda? There, stand up, honey. This is the woman who was kind enough to help me do the 20-week versions or whatever we did. And I would leave messages, she'd leave messages, and here's another change, this one canceled, we're moving this room. And people kept writing, when is the schedule coming up? And I kept going, I don't know either! Because we didn't know. And it still changed up to yesterday, which is why nothing's exact. No, I'm just making sure you understand. This has been one of those years where we just didn't know, it's my favorite line from Donald Rumsfeld, we don't know what we don't know. Now it makes sense, doesn't it? Never thought he was really funny, but sort of comical. Travis, are you here? Your take? Travis? Travis has been cutting all the insulation out for us, so you see all the cogs and the underground stuff. He's been doing that. Betty and Tiffany have been busily painting for 3 weeks. George has been pulling his hair out wondering, what am I going to do tonight? He deserves it. My crew up front Esther, Shelby, Karen, Ginny, everyone. They've been very, very loyal. Eileen, my right hand, who goes, hey, Poke, you need to do this. You didn't see this email. Or her husband, Chad, who is our normal conductor and everything. Of course, we can't have a ball this year. Aww. I know. It's weird. And I know some people were like, oh, we can't do this. And I'm like, no. And there are reasons why things are different. Because I promised I would take care of you. And as people have said, you're doing better than the government. You made us all wear them. And I'm like, I speak softly but carry a large stick. Remember that. So.
That's stick!
Stick! But this year we did do something. I did with a group of people. And I think it's important that I bring this up. For a very long time, steampunk has been fractured. There are lots of conventions. There were lots of different areas. There are lots of types of things. But nothing was put together. So late in 2020, I started calling all the heads of the cons. There are roughly 9 left out of 45, 42 conventions. That's all that's left. You're now sitting at the oldest one in the world.
Wow.
I created the AASC, the American Association of Steampunk Conventions, for the reason to bring us together, to talk, to communicate, and to make the fandom better for all of you. And for the first time in steampunk history, all the heads of North American conventions are here tonight. Stand up, where are you? Wheeler, Tobias, everyone, try to stand up. We have one of the steampunk exposition cons and corsets, Key City, Symposium, and Wild Wild West Con. We're all different, but we all come together. We decided it was better to talk and to help each other than to stay fractioned. And that's for you. We're trying to make this fandom better. Like I've said before, we do not go by convention. Lucasfilm and Disney do not dictate to us what to wear to be official. Even in our fandom, we don't have a 501st Airborne Division that you have to have your costume approved by. Steam Fleet does not exist. And of all the things there are now, there are no ether still suits yet available. We are our own thing. And what makes us so darn good is we decide how to make our own world come to life. We're steampunk fans. And that means we are filled with imagination, creativity, and wonder. And all of you contribute to that one belief. So thank you. This year's been different, as I said, and I wanted to do things. And as we progressed with the story, we realized we can't do that. We can't do this. We can't do that. And now looking at you, I realized some of my ideas would have been fun, but we couldn't do those. The opening was going to be, and Will thought of this. Where are you, Will? Will? Where are you? I can't see you. There you are. And he said, why don't we tell them day by day what was going to happen? And I said, okay, because God only knows we're full of crap, and we can tell a good story. And the opening wasn't going to be much different from what you saw or heard on the radio. but it was more somber. Then we went into the city, and we were going to have things happen around you. The problem was, it's right in your face, and it would be a lot of singing and dancing is what I wanted to do. After 10 years, I wanted to do something a little different. But what was going to happen, where are you, Will? There you are, come here. Well, yeah, no, I want you, of course I want you. Good Lord. He knows this part of the story. So what I wanted to do was the cure. Now the cure we were going to make fun of was, of course, guess what?
Alcohol.
So we were to be introduced to these 3 or 4 German scientists who come up and say things like, "Once we've come up with the best thing you could possibly imagine." And it's like, what is that? A miracle cure. In which they would explain what went into the miracle cure.
Yeah, I forgot that. But you're always telling... Eric right now is doing the things that annoys me the most. He's telling you about the things that you don't get to see because reality screwed everything up.
But I want you to understand the fun, it is a fun sequence. In all German, they explain they have put polio, the Black Plague, Black Death, common cold, flu, diphtheria, malaria, you name it, and a bunch of boiling blue stuff. And I'm like, that's horrible, that's disgusting. And the one was, yeah, if you try to cram it all in that little bottle, it was really difficult. And so we sit here and he goes, but we have something for both of you. And I'm like, oh, what's that? Try this, it's yummy. And they're like, what is it? We call it blue raspberry. Ooh, what is it? That stuff over there. That was the idea.
Ja, Spitze.
Yeah, spitzen. And then we go, well, what does it do? It is inert. What? It is inert. So in other words, it is dead, but it's alive. So when it goes into your body, it kills, to make sure that you can't get it, but it kills the aliens because they're very weak, just like us. Do you think it'll work? We don't know, but we thought we'd try. So we were going to have nurses bring out little vials for all of you to drink a blue Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I think everyone can see where this plan can go wrong. A little place called Jonestown. Or 2, not such a great idea passing around juice hand to hand during the plague. I thought maybe we could have an etheric medicine that was so refined that you couldn't even sense its liquid properties. And we could just have someone with sterile gloves giving you a little cracker thing, and you could dip it in there. But then somebody pointed out that seems a lot like blasphemy.
So we all get the cure, and then we proceed to bomb the hell out of the aliens, which will take us till Sunday, and I won't say any more. But that was the idea.
There was more. There was so much more.
But the actual act of you drinking the Kool-Aid would have been the highlight of the weekend. So when someone goes, are you just not talking about TeslaCon? Oh, we drank the Kool-Aid. There you go. My brain still works, I just can't always make it happen. But, you know what? I've talked to a lot of you over the past few weeks. You've been very encouraging. And yet, almost everyone who's come up to me just goes, I'm just glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Safe. I want us to stay healthy. Wash your hands.
Yeah, there's a chance they like what you do, Eric. So, okay. Next time someone says something mean or negative, could we do that one more time just to emphasize what the heck just happened? maybe, just maybe he might remember this. You know, 100 nice things? Okay. One bad thing. Damn, everything's horrible.
So,
I love you.
I know. And I love you.
We love you.
I'm going to go into a few minutes of something, and then we're going to do something very special, which we've never done.
Too late?
Shooters? Margaritas?
Citizens. So, a lot of people have asked why I have switched the story content. And I said a decade is a decade, and I want to move on from that. And we're going to go more episodic. That was the idea. Obviously this year's been clunky. So next year it will be very episodic. Yes, we are doing the creepy, kooky, cool, dark. And everyone's like, well, it's like the Addams Family. Not really. The Hawthorns, Lord Hawthorne.
Oh, he's not, no, I'm not Lord Hawthorne. He's a distant English cousin who looks a lot like me, but has a different haircut configuration on his face. Only he talks with a snooty accent, thank you. Nothing like me.
Lord Hawthorne is the Royal Imperial Funeralist. And he takes it very seriously, along with his wife, Lady Hawthorne, who will be played by the lovely Deb Miller from Chicago. I've been wanting her for a long time, and she's excited about the part. And hopefully this week, coming up, next week, I'll be meeting basically the lead. He is only 18. This isn't the story you think it is, and I've kept most of it secret from you. This is going to be a two-parter in one weekend. Not only do you have the Hawthorns with Edgar, the oldest, Clayton, 11 to 12, and Matilda, Tilly, who is 8. Each one is different, and Tilly is nothing like Wednesday Addams. I think we all know Wednesdays sort of like, everything's dark. Why must life be so hard? Oh no, that's not Tilly at all. No.
Don't write yourself into a corner.
Tilly is very exuberant. She is happy. She is bombastic. She is full of life and energy. Such as, she is in a park, and an old woman sees her crying. She said, oh dear, what's wrong? I just buried my best friend today. I'm so sorry. It's okay to dig her up tomorrow. That's Tilly. That's Tilly. Clayton likes to play. Clayton is a little bit more strange. Dear, what are you doing with your friends? We're playing Egyptologist, Mama. All right, but put your father's Egyptian mummies back in the storage containers where you found them. We will. Are they real? Of course they are. That's Clayton. Edgar is something else. How many have seen Hello, Dolly? You know who Tommy Toon is?
Yeah.
You know who Michael Crawford is?
What?
That's what you're going to get. He is a gangly, strange young man who sort of talks like this in front of his father, who is not exactly a lovable kind of a guy. Yet, he is going to fall in love with a young lady. And the second part of the story, ladies and gentlemen, will be just as dark but different. For he not only will fall in love,
but the family will eat the young lady.
He will fall in love with Alice in Wonderland. And we are going to take the two stories and merge them in a way. You'll have half the Hawthorns and half Alice and Edgar. And it is their little trip all weekend that you will get to experience. So it isn't all death and destruction, it's death, destruction, hookahs, and caterpillars. But we have a lot of work to do yet. I've already started ordering stuff because I figured, well, we didn't get anything this year, at least get it by May or June next year if I order it now. So, it's been a bizarre year.
That's a veiled way of saying we had significant supply line problems.
Yeah.
I don't want it too much to put the tea in.
So, we're progressing with that. And also in the cast, Jamie, where are you? Jamie? Miss Grieve, where are you? Where is she?
She's probably having a PBR right now.
Oh, okay. Jamie Grieve will be playing Grandmama.
Oh.
Now, Grandmama is a character that's very different. She's dead. She cannot talk. But I selected Jamie for a particular reason. Because she can make faces. And Lady Hawthorne does not interpret the planchette well. But Edgar can talk to her through a special ghost machine. And you're going to have fun watching all that happen. The other part is, this will be part musical. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. We wanted to do it this year, and we just could not do it with no rehearsals and that. So that part, I'm sort of winced at, and I thought, nope, we can do it with this. I'm going to work with Chad, and we're going to come up with several songs that are original. And I am working with Gordon Smuter, who made the original Muppets from year 3, The Grink, and others. And he will be returning and creating new things for us just for next year. And I'm telling you this, you understand it's not all gloom and doom. It isn't quite like that. We will also be doing, once I have clearance to announce it, a new ticket. It's an add-on. And I took it from Disney. Because they had a really boring way of saying it. It's Disney's something something. And ours is TeslaCon's Explorers and Adventurers Society. What you'll be able to do is add on. And I'm working, where's Gustav? Gustav, where are you, Gustav? Gustav? Gustav!
Gustav.
He's not here, oh my God.
Gustav.
Okay. Dealers. So, you've seen all the new pins and everything. We will be working on a decoder. Not
Just
a ring,
like Captain Midnight.
Yeah, Captain, but with stuff in it. And then every month you get a puzzle. I am trying to get someone to come back and head the Explorers Society. But we have to wait.
That's cool.
We have to wait because there are job things going on and we got to see what happens. But that is our hope. Okay? That said, everything else will be on schedule, I hope. We don't want another pandemic. So, we then go to Egypt, we then have Nemo, and then we have Mary Poppins. Then we will see what happens. However, for 2 springs after next year, we will do micro conventions with the Hawthorns. So for those who like it, we will continue the curiosities and oddities type of dealers and everything. It'll be a smaller con, but we'll do that, okay? So I'm trying to make this as fun as we can, because God only knows we missed a lot over the last 2 years. I think we've sold about 200 tickets already. I did up the VIPs by 11. I didn't want to get too many. And all the uppers have sold. So those people will be getting their Jamie Grieve dolls. She thinks it's me in a coffin. I'm like, yes, which is sort of funny. The VIP tickets are now done. Thanks to these 2 lovely women again. Stand up again, because you deserve the applause. And we were able to get the last certificate finally, so we put them in the bags. I will admit right now that we're a few mugs short, and I'll get a hold of everybody, because we're still waiting for them to ship. But we will get those out, and we can start handing those out tomorrow. So just make sure you bring your tickets. You can just check your name off, it's fine. But that way we have everything we need, okay? If there's a mistake, we'll fix it. But right now we just have to get through it. And that is about it for that part of the program. Are there any questions real quick? Okay, good.